Namaste, good morning, खुश रहो बिटिया. I am JVN Vijay Athekar, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Faculty of Education and Methodology. Today, I am giving my video lecture on classification of optics which is mainly related to discipline B.Tech Computer Science Engineering, and it is topic or title of elementary physics. Now I will be explaining in my lecture classification of optics. I will be explain how many types of optics related in elementary physics. Now, the classification of optics. First, we should know about what is optical science. How optical science can be explained. The optical science can be defined as the most people associated the word optics with the engineering of lenses for eyeglass, telescope, and microscope. In the physical terms, broadly study of the behavior of light interaction with the matter is called optics. So, what is proper definition of optics? The proper definition of optics is the interaction of light with the matter related to a broad branch is called optics. Now, the optics are divided in three basic subtitles. They are first, geometrical optics. It is study of light as a ray in geometrical optics. The main consideration is the light behave like a rays. Light propagated in the form of rays is called geometrical optics. The physical optics is the study of light as a wave. The main consideration of physical optics is study of light as a waves. Okay. Quantum optics, third type of optics is quantum optics, is related with study of light as a particle. In these optics, the light consideration is light propagated in the form of particle, means small bundle of tiny particles is called quanta or photons. So generally optics are divided in three basic types: geometrical, physical and quantum optics. Now I will be explaining step by step all the geometrical optics. In this optics, the main consideration is light propagated in the form of rays. The line segment which are straight in the free space but may change in the direction curve encountering with the matter. In simple word, we can say that when in this optics light propagated in straight line, curve path or any types uh, is called geometrical optics, means the main consideration is light propagated in the form of ray in any media. This optics is called geometrical optics. There are two types of law dedicated what happen when the light encounter a material surface. The first law of reflection, which is discovered around 300 BC, stated when the light encounters a flat reflecting surface, the angle of evidence of light ray is equal to angle of reflection, means angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection, is called law of reflection. In the law of second types of law is used in geometrical optics is law of refraction, is determined in Ismail in 1621 century or BC. explain when the light changes the direction when it passes across a plane boundary from one material to another material. From the law of reflection and the refraction, we can determine the behavior of optical devices such as telescope, microscope. We can trace the path of different rays is known as ray tracing through the optical system. In geometrical optics, the main concept is how the image is formed, the relative orientation, and their magnification. This is the fact is most important used in geometrical optics to these days. The behavior of complicated optic systems so the first approximation is determined by the study of path of all rays through the system. This is image formation in geometrical optics, how the image is formed through lens. It's shown in the figure. Light rays are incident on from lens and focus at the focal point. Second type of optics is physical optics. Physical optics, the focal point, the rays all intersect. The density of the ray at this point is therefore infinite, which arounding to geometrical optics imply a infinitely broad focal spot. This cannot be true. Physical optics are generally divided or study the wave property of light, which may be roughly classified in three categories: interference, diffraction, and polarization. What is interference? The interference is the phenomena of light in which the light ray or light wave interfere with each other, creating localized region where the field is alternative bright and dark. Means interference is the phenomena in which two or more light wave interfere or superimpose creates the interference pattern, and interference pattern should be bright or dark fringes combination is called interference. Second type is diffraction. The diffraction is the ability of wave to bend around the corner and the speed of the passing through a aperture. Third, third is polarization. The polarization refers to optic properties related to its transverse nature. We can cover all the terms in more detail subsequent post. Is polarization is a phenomena in which light polarized light is oriented in single direction. Is called polarization of light. Quantum optics, third type of optics is quantum optics. Quantum optics is the branch of optics that will deal with the propagation of light in the small tiny particle is called the photon. In other words, this tiny particle is called the quanta or photons. Thus, the light propagated in the form of quanta or the photons is called quantum optics. In the geometrical optics, deal with the formation of images by using such devices such as lenses, prism, mirror. Characteristic of image such as size, shape, position, clarity. In geometrical optics, this can be classified as ray of light, pencil of light, beam of light, etc. So first is reflection. The law of reflection first study stated by around 300 BC state that when the light incident on reflecting surface, the angle of incident of ray is equal to angle of reflection. Reflection of light. When the light meet at the interface between two media, its behavior depends the nature of two media involved. Light may be absorbed by new medium transmitted onward through it. The bouncing of light is interfere is called reflection. See, in simple words, reflection can be defined as when the light is incident on plain polished mirror, then it will be reflected back in same medium. This phenomena is called reflection of light. What happens? What happened to the light when the strike on the surface? There are three things may be happen. It may be absorbed, reflected, and refracted. Definition of reflection. Reflection is defined as the change of path of light without change in the medium. Means in reflection only path it changes, not medium. All the reflection end up producing the image of object kept in the front of reflecting surface. Thank you so much.